Today I have a really special interview with one of my really good friends, Nik Halik. Now if you don't know Nik's story, you soon will. Nik has one of the most amazing stories you'll ever come across. He is a self-confessed multi-millionaire and yet was bedridden with illness from birth until the age of 10 years old. But at the age of 8, Nik decided that he had enough with his illness and he wanted to really make some changes on his life. So he wrote a list of 10 things that he wanted to accomplish in his life. And on that list of 10, they included becoming an astronaut, landing on the lunar surface of the moon, climbing the highest mountains in the world, having lunch on the bow of the Titanic, and so on. Believe it or not, out of all of the 10, 8 have been completed. The 2 that haven't been completed are living on the International Space Station and walking the lunar surface of the moon. Now, I want to take the time to really be able to delve into Nik's mind so you have the opportunity to see how somebody like Nik thinks. And this interview is a little bit more raw than I'd normally like to make it, but like I said before, tracking Nik down is often very difficult because he's all over the world enjoying his lifestyle. We're actually working with Nik to help him complete a new goal, which is creating 1 million thrillionaires. So, Nik, let me give you an insight into our members. We have both male and female, young and old, and they all have one thing in common. They all want to be successful, but unlike most people who strive to be successful, they really want to take it to the next level, to be where you are. So what advice can you give them? What obstacles have you hit in your life that you've said, I will not allow that to slow me down?
First thing I would say is, with obstacles, embrace obstacles. Because obstacles are designed to test you, to basically strengthen your resolve. 2 things in life, you're only judged by how well you combat those particular hurdles and obstacles in your life. So obstacles are a good thing because they allow you to think about an opportunity or in regards to providing a solution to a specific problem. So embrace hurdles and obstacles, okay? And the most important thing is, the belief system and self-esteem. Okay. It's really just believing your ability, I guess, too, but also in regards to the person you really are. And and also building an emotional muscle to be able to withstand anything the world has to throw at you, I guess.
Right.
But it all comes down to who you are, what your principles are, and your moral fibre in regards to what you bring to the table as the entity.
Right. We spoke before, Nik, about having a why, and Nik has an incredibly strong why. So let's just talk a little bit about what your why is and why that is so powerful for you.
Well, and we often speak about this. It's like the two most important days in the person's life is the day they were born and the day they discovered why they were born. Okay. And in my regards, my reasoning, my why, my divine purpose is, I want to inspire individuals. The first 10 years of my life where I had all my medical ailments, what have you. But my why was that strong that. My first discovery phase was to actually escape the confines of my bedroom and seek a better life outside my bedroom walls. Right. And basically the world became my territory, And, I wrote down my screenplay, which I basically drafted. And effectively, I've been the director, the producer, and the actor of my own screenplay for the last 32 years of my life. And my why is, that's what puts a smile on my face. So, when you examine and define your own why, it's, find what drives you, what puts a smile on your face, what gets you out of bed every morning, what gets you in such a euphoric state where you just want to scream to the world, But for me, that why was so important because, I had a lot of obstacles, and my obstacles were absolutely psychologically driven because a lot of them were actually self-inflicted. Right. Unfortunately, my medical ailments, once I got control of this, there was so much brain fog, I guess, mindset-wise. So once I was able to claim ownership of my life, which is really, really important. Right. Claim ownership of your life.
Take accountability for your own life.
Yeah, absolutely. As opposed to blaming everybody else but yourself.
And how important do you feel positive and negativity is in your life? How do you approach negative situations? What's your feeling when a negative situation comes about?
I tend to do whatever it takes to diffuse it. Okay. Or absolutely just avoid it altogether. Right. I don't subscribe to negativity in my life.
Okay.
You know, I want a positive environment, you know, harmonically balanced, where individuals, you know, they're very balanced. You know, I love being around individuals that smile, that laugh, and that are happy.
Absolutely.
And often you find that in the most poorest countries in the world too.
Because they know no different.
Absolutely, because they live for the day and they live for that internal bliss kind of thing. Where I find more in the Western world, you know, we become so drained, so emotionally drained in regards to the most trivial aspects of life.
Right.
You know, and I think when you view life from a different perspective, you start to like, you know, you ensure that you never take life for granted.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Nick. So why do you feel most people don't succeed? They have their goals, whatever that might be, become a millionaire or live the lifestyle. But what do you think it is that holds most people back from becoming truly successful?
Because they try.
They try.
They try. They don't proclaim to the world or choose to do something. They try to do something. I mean, try is a failure disease. Right. It's excusitis. But if you vaccinate yourself from excusitis, then it's like do or do not.
Right.
And the most important thing is, you know, in everything you do, you know, I mean, what is excellence? I mean, excellence is a commitment to completion, okay? You never try. But at all times, you know, like you want to cut every side of a tree and give yourself permission to succeed. You know, a lot of individuals, they have little escape routes already pre-planned.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
I mean, they've already scripted failure.
Yeah.
So they're going to act out what? They're going to act out failure. So what I'm saying is you need to sell to yourself. You know, be accountable. And what I do is, you know, enroll other individuals in regards to your dream or your goal or your ambitions or whatever aspirations, and then have them hold you accountable to those goals.
Right.
And it could be family members, a loved one, it could be your close friends, your inner circle maybe. But the most important thing is never giving up. And you know, it's an amazing thing, like, because most individuals when they talk, they have this this negative belief, or they have this you know, where they've actually sort of already given up. I mean, you're not in the physiology of the way they talk. You know, they've already given up in spirit.
Absolutely. And
then they go in the real world, you know, they're going to try and do this, going to try and do that, but try. At the end of the day, it's just the word try.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it ain't going to happen. You know, they're very ambiguous in the way they speak, and you can sort of spot this individual very easily, because when they talk about being date specific or goals, they'll never say by February 28th or by this date. They always say, yeah, one day I want to do this.
And one day never always moves on and on and on.
You know? I mean, man should have nothing short of hit it, Confucius, you know?
Right, absolutely.
And you're not aiming at anything in particular, you have amazing accuracy at achieving it, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, surely there must have come some points during your life where you thought, I just can't keep doing all this, there's just too much for me to do. But yet, you have been able to do it. So what was that driving force that was like, I will not allow failure to come into my life?
Make dissatisfaction work for you.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, people say to me, oh, that I've done so much in my life, but yet I feel I'm one of the most dissatisfied person in the world.
Right.
Because I'm always raising the ante, raising the bar.
Absolutely.
Because there's something greater out there, and on a constant basis, on a daily basis, and just raising my level of awareness. Because life is beautiful. Being alive is amazing, you know.
Absolutely.
And
you have to embrace it.
You know, and I want to extract, I want to exploit every opportunity out there. Because life is grand, but you have to live an epic life, you know.
Absolutely.
And it's like Houghton Nik Halik Island said, you know. Life is about doing adventure or nothing at all. And if I can't live life on my own terms, then
what's the point?
What's the point?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we're actually going to close this interview down a little bit.
We have a flight to catch.
Because Nick and I, Nick's in the process of buying his own island at the moment in the Bahamas, and Nick and I are going to be shooting out there today to scour the island and see what this is all about. You know, when you have goals and dreams the way Nick does, the driving forces are so much greater than any other things around you. So what we're going to do when we get to the island, we're actually going to sit down on the sand under the stars. There's nothing on the island, and we're going to talk to Nick again. We're going to really get into his mind, and we're going to take this to a whole new level, because it's important that you understand how somebody like Nick thinks in order for you to become successful. So, you know, taking what we've learned from Nick today, find out what your why is, find out what your passion is, and serve the world. Don't serve your own monetary values, and that will come with you. So,
in fact, you know what you just said, very interesting, because money is a default program of a mindset that is harmonically balanced.
Right.
You know, having wealth is a byproduct of the way you think.
Absolutely.
So if you change the monetary values, it won't happen because you come from scarcity. But if you come from inspiring other individuals, money is a byproduct of that inner power.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, there's some amazing things here that we can learn from someone like Nik. And, you know, you guys are incredibly privileged, as I am, to be able to get inside somebody like this' mind. You know, we are sitting here right now on the Hollywood Hills with this just most incredible view all around us. And it's what I would believe most of us aspire to be. So to be able to get inside of somebody's mind like this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And trust me, I'm going to really get inside Nik's mind for you, because I want you to understand how he thinks so you can have those mental breakthroughs. Because if there's one thing that I can tell you, it's nothing physical, it's only ever mental. So if you can make those mind shifts, you can achieve greatness. And well, Nik, we're going to leave it there because we've got a flight to catch.
It's back.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.